The Bar Group, raising the bar in real estate. Your Lake Highlands, Lakewood, Preston Hollow pros. You can find them at thebargroup.com. Unparalleled customer service for your real estate needs. The Bar Group.
Coming through.
Yeah, she brings energy and flow. So,
Yes.
so what we're doing is we're talking about narcotics on our show.
Yep.
We don't have narcotics on this show, but we've got a few guests here. We got a mystery guest who's not going to be seen, but he's been on the show before, Adrian Chabria. And we got our buddy here who is, I got to tell you something about this guy. I lost my train of thought. Sorry, ADHD's for real. So anyway, this guest, he's spent decades in the tennis instruction in Connecticut, and he's so good looking that he had an article published about his super new look.
You dug that up?
I did.
Oh my God, the haircut thing?
I'm a bad person.
Oh
So
my God.
anyway, he's also runs pickleball at the Courtside Kitchen in Crazy Fort Worth. Gene
Courtside.
DeVito, what's up, my man?
Hey, how we doing? Thank you for having me, Curtis.
So you came? Where'd you come from to get here?
Fresh off the court, man.
All right.
Yeah, it's
in
Friday.
Crazy Fort Worth.
Crazy Fort Worth, Texas. Courtside Kitchen. Always busy. Always pumping out pickleball. It's a good time over there.
How long you been there?
I started January 17th, 2021. It was my first official day at Courtside.
That is awesome.
Yep.
That's cool. So let's just get right to it. When did you get into pickleball? I've seen a few things, but when did you get into it?
Truthfully, I got into pickleball January 17th, 2021. It's a funny story. I grew up with the tennis background. My stepfather he's a Hall of Fame tennis player at his college. He's one of 100, I think tennis wizard is what they go by in the nation. He's been a coach forever. Mark Lupinacci. He's a coach over at Dripping Springs in Florida right now.
Oh, wow.
He just took that job about a couple months ago. But I feel like, honestly, I've been playing pickleball my whole life because I grew up in Stamford, Connecticut. I played wiffle ball with my buddies all the time. So, wiffle ball is nothing new to me. And then coaching tennis, I started when I was 15. I was coaching kids, and I used to play against them with my hands on a mini court.
So handball, nice, dude.
They would play with their racket and the big red learner ball. I would be playing handball in mini tennis court. And well, think about it. That's pickleball. So
it is.
That's why when they put courts in at my club over there, the Italian Center, gotta plug the club that got me going. I was looking at the old people playing, and I'm like, oh, what the heck is this? I'm never ever gonna get into this. No, thank you. And then one day I grabbed the paddle. Two old guys came over, like, oh, you think you're Mr. Tough Stuff? Why don't you come play us on the pickleball court? I was like, all right, whatever. So I went over. I got my ass handed to me. Yes. I was staying back at the baseline. They were dominating the kitchen. And that opened my eyes to, okay, this is a little fun. Never going to get into it. Maybe blah, blah, blah. And then.
So you got your ass beat the first time you played?
Whooped. I think it was 11-1.
Oh.
By twos. One guy was 62. One guy was 64. They dominated the kitchen. Everybody who plays pickleball knows you dominate the kitchen, you're going to win the game, right?
Oh.
And they got me good. They gave me some humble pie. And then,
humble pie.
That's it. I ate it up too. And then when we moved out here to Fort Worth, we came here, me and my fiance, we took a cross-country road trip, drove 11 days from, we left New York on December 18th, I believe it was. Yeah. And we arrived in Fort Worth December 29th. There's your 11 days. Came down just hoping to keep up with tennis, this and that. This was 3 days in Fort Worth. We go to a bar for a little Sunday brunch. We're sitting at Reservoir Bar and talk. I'm a big chicken wing connoisseur, Curtis. I'm not gonna lie. I love chicken wings.
Hey, lift your head up a little. There you go.
There you go.
Like that. There you go.
Big chicken wing connoisseur. So I can't hide the beautiful face, right?
So no, you can't, bro. Mine or yours?
Both.
Okay.
Both. I mean, which one? Yeah, your beard is top notch. I gotta trim like you too. Mine's a little crazy. So I'm sitting at this restaurant and I'm talking to the bartender, some good places around here to get wings. And she says, oh, I'm new. I don't know. She sends me to another place called Lottie's. She said, that bartender will know a little bit better. So we get there and there's 3 people in the restaurant and 2 people are a couple sitting there. One guy's sitting to the side and I'm talking with the bartender. Hey, just moved here from Connecticut, tennis coach, 17 years, ran a program 11 years, had like 300 people in it. It was so fun.
So you left from Connecticut to come down here.
Yep.
To do tennis in Fort Worth?
Yeah. My fiance works for a bank,
Okay.
United,
Wow.
and they opened a branch in Dallas in January. So they dangled the carrot. Hey, if you think about moving down to that area, we can maybe give you a little bigger title, whatever. So we discussed it. I was born and raised in Stanford, 33 years there. Time for something new. Why not try it out? I figured with my resume, I'd be able to land something. And then as I'm describing my former career to the bartender, this one guy leans in a little bit, the corner guy in the bar. He goes, hey, man, did you just say you moved here from Connecticut, tennis pro, director, 11 years? He goes, you ever play pickleball? I was like, well, I played once, got my ass whooped, but I had a good time doing it. And he just slides me a business card. He says, I need you to go to this place on Tuesday. You asked for this guy in the card, and just tell him the exact same thing you told the bartender.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Well, okay.
So I go to the place, Courtside Kitchen Tuesday. I meet with this guy who's about my age, and I'm sitting there talking to him casually, not thinking this guy is anything, whatever. Turns out he was an owner of the place.
Whoa, man, that's awesome.
I gave him my whole spiel, and he was like, he goes, are you interested in the position here? We just opened 5 days ago. We're looking for a director of pickleball. I looked up in the sky, said, thank you, Jesus. And then I said, yeah, man, if you give me 2 weeks, I'm going to lock myself in a room. I'm going to watch 10,000 hours of YouTube. I'm going to drive to Alito every day. I'm going to play pickleball with everybody I can play pickleball with. I'll be right back. So literally did what I said, locked myself in. I played pickleball. The first time I played pickleball here in Fort Worth, knowing a little bit more after watching and learning, I played against two supposed high-level players at the time with some random ragtag person and dominated. And right then and there, the guy comes up and goes, holy moly, how long have you been playing the sport, man? And I was like, this is my second real game ever? And he was like, oh, my goodness, blah, blah, blah. And then from there, the rest is history. Once as tennis, once you start to put the pieces together, you throw in a little handball, you throw in a little wiffle ball. I was an all-state football player back in my days. I played a little college football, so I have good soft hands, quick hands. Yeah. You put the ingredients in, it works out.
So this is a really amazing story. A guest I had on a little bit ago, actually every guest always has a good story about pickleball. And that's, again, I say this, but one of the best things about this show is stories like that. I didn't know all that stuff. You referred to me from a mutual buddy.
Corbin, Corbin, the man over there. Yeah, you got to get Corbin's love.
Diadem.
Yeah.
And anyway, I don't meet this guy, and I start looking at him, and Corbin goes, he's just like you, except he's, how old are you? I said, I'm 48. He goes, he's 33. I go, first of all, shut up. And second of all, thank you. I'll call him. And so here we are. We're in the studio here together, and he comes in, and just an amazing story right there. That's yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't want to get too deep in it, but it's good.
To me, that's fate. If I wasn't at that exact bar at that exact moment, I would have never met that gentleman. I would have never heard of Courtside Kitchen. I'd probably be teaching tennis in South Lake right now, and I wouldn't have, I would have been miserable. Would have been miserable. And honestly, pickleball. My year ago self will probably punch myself in the face for saying it, but pickleball is the greatest sport.
I believe you, man.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah, it is. It is. And
not only is he drinking the punch, he's making it. He's freezing it. He's putting in other drinks. He loves it some pickleball punch, baby.
That's it.
Corbin, man.
Sprinkle some dinking on top, and you got yourself something nice there. It's good.
All right, so we've already gone to the why. You already said how you found the Fort Worth. So right now, obviously, just confirm what brand of pickleball or model you play with, which day, what is it?
Yep, Diadem all day. That's it. Nothing but Diadem. It's I play with the Icon. They gave me that new Vice paddle. Is wow. I mean, that's all I'll say is.
I've got it
wow.
here. I left it.
Oh my goodness! If you haven't played with a Vice paddle and you were a tennis player, or even if you're just a beginner who never really played it's you got to try it. Yeah. It's incredible. The first time I played with it, I played in my men's league at Courtside every Wednesday. I wasn't a fan after the first game because it was almost too much. Yeah. And then when you figure out how to utilize it, there's nothing like it. The ball pops off the paddle.
Love it.
Top spin, swinging volleys, cuts on the serve, the whole nine. I mean, it is just. It's amazing. Unfortunately, the big knock on it is it's not approved. It's not sanctioned. Whatever. Take it for what it is. It's a future-focused paddle. It will be something that people copy. No doubt about it down the line. And I play with the Icon when I do play in events and tournaments. The Icon is No offense to any other brands out there. It's the best paddle I've ever played with, hands down. I've been given Vulcans, Selkirk, Jewel, the whole nine. The Icon Diadem is, in my opinion, top level paddle.
So you like Diadem?
Love Diadem. Okay. I got my shirt on.
That's I need to breathe. This guy's making me intense. Man. I love it, dude. Anyway, okay, well that's good. So you like the model? So certifications? Are you USPTA?
I'm working on my my pickleball
PTR.
certification. I had my tennis and all that stuff, and it happened so fast with pickleball. It was boom boom, and I started working for Courtside in January, and by May I was full blown director, head pro, everything in there, and I'm proud to say that in the 6 months I've been there, our program is exploded. We have 100 players signed up for our league that we run. We have 36 ladies on Tuesday, 28 fellows on Wednesday, 36 other ladies on Thursday. We do tournaments every night. We get 40 teams on Monday for mixed double margarita Monday. I just implemented a lot of the programming that I was doing in Connecticut with kids programming because my whole thing, is fun. I was a school teacher for 9 years. I worked at a high school for 8 and a middle school for 1. And I always learned that the best way to coach somebody is through fun, because you don't even realize that you're learning anything until,
So the kids, do you have a lot of junior activity out there?
So we've tried to implement some junior stuff. It didn't really catch on we had our hot days.
Sure.
But it's still such a fresh sport. I think a lot of the parents are still a little hesitant. They still go the tennis route. But in my opinion, I think in the next 4 or 5 years, the junior program of pickleball, once they start incorporating scholarships and college level stuff like that, I think that's going to take off because it's just way easier on the body. It's quicker to learn. It's more social. Tennis is a very by yourself, isolated at the baseline. Pickleball, it's just a whole different environment.
It's more intimate when you start going to battle and you see these players across the net. And then we start playing them again, the same things. You think something's wrong the next week because it was wrong that week, and then they fixed it.
Yep.
Everything just pops like that. And so I like that the junior part. We're gonna try to find some players to come on the show because we had wheelchair Jamie on 2 weeks ago, and we've had some other people come on. And we've had a lot of good guests, and the next one is to tap into a junior.
Juniors, yes. It's and that just further proves the point, Curtis. I played against a woman in a wheelchair as well, and it's for everybody. It really is. It doesn't matter what your health status is, what your weight status is, whether you're active, inactive. It's the sport for everyone, which, in my opinion, makes it's not going anywhere.
No, that's right, man. It won't stop growing is the deal. And we're late to the party with Dallas. That Dallas area is.
We are. I mean, Connecticut, when I left, it wasn't even. Now it's huge. There's pickleball places all over Connecticut now, from what I've been told. And the story I always like to share is, what makes pickleball so great. And I'll tell you right now, there was 3 months ago at Courtside, Court 1, there was a grandma, a grandpa, husband, wife, and 4 grandkids all on the court, rotating out, eating, dancing, drinking, and playing pickleball. Find me another sport in the world where you can play competitively and socially with your whole freaking family. There's not another one. There really is. The 3 of us, if we got on a basketball court right now, how much fun would we have? On a tennis court, whatever. Pickleball, we'd have a blast. There's no sport like it.
It's definitely one of the many pluses of it. It's funny you say that about the rules for going back to the paddle real quick. Is that technology, the holes? That's probably coming.
No doubt about it. Yeah, that's gonna be and the holes. Everybody asks, what's it for? The arm friendliness of that paddle. It's very, the weight distribution is so even, and just being able to swing it over and over. I'm coaching 7-8 hours a day, taking a lot of reps. I feel no pain. I'm knock on wood, but just the balance of weight and the way it feels in your hand, it's fantastic. It literally feels like you're just swinging your hand, but it's got a lot more pop than your hand, though. I'll tell you that.
Speaking of pop, so the what's like the atmosphere for your pros there? Do you certify them? Is there a program they go through if they come in and they've never played, or what's the what atmosphere with regards to all
In
that?
terms of assistant pros, people who work
stuff
with me?
like
Yep.
that, yes.
It's funny you ask. Yesterday I had, I have four assistants who came in that are now on board. Last week, I wanted everybody to be in, by the holiday time because we're getting busy and I want to do my own thing. I got to go visit family and whatnot. Again, through fate, we got 3 assistants who came to me because they saw the growth at Courtside and the community and what's going on. They said, hey, man, I want to be a part of this. One of them, Lindell Fratur, used to be an Olympic sprinter for Jamaica. He ran in the Olympics. He's one of our assistants. We have this guy, Rodell Chu. He is an assistant pro at one of the country clubs, Rivercrest. He now comes on with us. And then we've got this young stallion, Mike Kennedy. He's like a 5'2" rated player. He's won a couple 5-0 mixed doubles tournaments locally. So we're blessed to have them. And then I got my man, Raleigh. Got to give a shout out to Raleigh. He's a little bit older. He's a retired guy. He did a couple classes with me and said, hey, man, I got to get the heck out of the house. You think you can give me something to do during the day? I said, yeah. And he's been a blessing, too. He's great. He's got like that older, wiser mentality. He's good. And then in terms of an interviewing process, I had this young kid come yesterday who's about to graduate from TCU, go Frogs. And he showed up dressed up for an interview. And little did he know how I run my interviews. I put a paddle in his hand. I gave him a partner. I grabbed the partner. And I said, well, before I even talk to you, I got to make sure you can play pickleball, right? So we went out. We played. We beat him 11-9. He was very good. He was very good. He earned himself another hour. So I took him over to my intro class. We run intro classes 4 days a week at Courtside. Intro is my favorite class to run because you're going to get people from anywhere and everywhere, tennis, not tennis, this, that, people who are all in the same boat of, I'm just here to learn this game. I love teaching that class. If you're ever interested in Courtside Kitchen learning pickleball, come to an intro class. I promise you won't regret it.
Tell us kind of where some of the listeners and maybe pros that are moving here to Dallas, Fort Worth. Tell us kind of where it's what it's set in and where the kitchen's at.
Where Courtside is.
Kitchen, yeah.
So Courtside is located 5 minutes from TCU campus. It's in a prime location. It's right off the highway. It's literally in the heart of downtown. If you were to go look at Fort Worth, you got Sundance, you got West 7th, you got the Stockyards. Courtside is about a 5 to 7 minute drive from any of those 3 locations, 5 minutes from TCU campus. It's basically located, it used to be the Mopac Event Center, Tim Love's area. It used to be a wedding venue. I don't know if you know that. It was as recently as 2 years ago, people were holding weddings there. And then our owner, Matt Johnson, saw something in the space and said, hey, let's make this pickleball. It was originally supposed to be called Cowtown Pickleball Club. They weren't going to do any restaurant, anything like that. It was just going to be pickleball. Yep. And then, he had the genius idea of, well, how can we make this different from every other place that's pickleball? Let's make a nice fine dining restaurant right next to it, So it truly is one of a kind. I don't think there's anything out there right now that's like it. People come in all the time and look around and say,
that location is that. Wow.
Key.
I mean, that's prime area. That's gorgeous area right there.
It's perfect. We get so much traffic just from people coming off the highway, driving through on their way to Dallas or Weatherford or Aledo. It really is. I mean, we've had people travel to Courtside, honestly, from up to an hour away just because they've heard about it and they've heard about the offerings that we have. And it really is easy to get to. And
do you guys have I know you said you have in-house leagues and drills there.
Yep.
Do you guys have do you play any type of organized pickleball association around Fort Worth, or you just play your own stuff in-house?
We play our own stuff in-house. I mean, one of the goals that I've had is to kind of do like an inter-club, because I know the country clubs all play against each other and they look at us like we're just a restaurant. We're not this and that, but we got some players there. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to name any names, but we've had a lot of people come from the country club and take lessons at our place. Once word goes around that we got some good players, everybody wants to be where the good players are. And more importantly, everybody wants to be where the fun is. Everybody wants to be part of the community. And that's, I call it the Courtside community, because we really do have our group me's 250 people chatting all day, every day. We've really developed a thing where you don't just come play pickleball, but you come play pickleball and you hang out after. You have some beers after. You have an appetizer.
You socialize, and you find what you have in common, and
that's it.
Build around that.
Yep.
So speaking of stuff like that, one of the questions I have: do you have anything that's coming up exclusive at the Courtside?
We do. I started, it was just a brainchild of, how can we be a little bit new and different? I started these foursome events. Get your mind out the gutter. Don't think like that.
You've lost your mind.
So what a foursome event is exclusively to Courtside. Somebody, I'm sure, will take it over, but you do 2 males and 2 females per team. So there's 4 players on your team. Your guys play the other team's guys. Your girls play the other team's girls. And then you send out one group of mixed and then the other group of mixed. So you play 4 matches against a team. And, I did a trial run with that in October as a Halloween thing. Everybody wore, wear your costumes, get your thing.
I'm assuming it was a hit.
It was a hit. It was a test run of like, how is this going to work? What's the formatting? What do you play to? How long is it going to take? There's so many different people. I think we had 70 people that first night, and it was like, so I kind of worked out the kinks. I did the turkey foursome. We got our Christmas, the cheerful foursome, we're calling it. It's next Tuesday. We already got 12 teams of 4 signed up for that. And that's January will be our 1 year celebration. So the January event will be also celebrating 1 year of Courtside. So that's something coming up that's big. And we're gonna do some Cowtown themed stuff because the rodeo is big in Fort Worth in January.
Of course, and the stockyards, and
That's
all that,
it.
and the zoo, and all that fun stuff.
That's
there.
it. So we're gonna have some events. Wear your finest cowboy boots, hat, play some pickleball in it. Look a little silly, but have a good time because that's what it's all about, right?
All right. Well, man, I think I want to quit doing this and go work for him. You want to go, AJ? You want to go? You want to go with me, buddy?
We're always looking, baby.
You're more than welcome to go. I mean, come on.
Carpool out there every day.
Oh God, that was well, I mean, that's what's funny is I remember when I saw something in the summer of I think it was probably June or July of 2021 or 2020. That's when and I remember seeing stuff on Instagram about the Courtside Kitchen coming, and I just sent a text saying, "Hey, I'm a local pro." I think it was in the fall of 2021, right? Is that when everything started happening?
Yep, it happened fast. All right,
And so
fast.
they said, thanks, we want to we've already got somebody that we have, and they're real polite. And I was like, already? This thing's not even open yet. And so I'm serious. And you're the reason why. I'm serious. It was because I had a good resume. I mean, I'm not making that up. I swear.
Sorry.
I was like, what asshole took the job I wanted to get? Man, what a jerk. No, I'm just kidding.
I took that pickleball and ran with it, my man.
I obviously look what I have the opportunity to do. And
This is great.
This is an amazing story. I mean, it's just what for all you listeners. This is really and truly what pickleball's about. Is just not what you do on the court's great, but what you do off the court.
Yes.
And going off the court, what you do at home, maybe you go have beers with somebody outside there for fun. It just builds rapport. And that's what I was telling my guest earlier. You become a pillar of the pickleball community in Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Can I get your autograph?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
A picture too?
Yeah. You know what? Why not?
God, my day's awesome. Best day ever. No, I'm kidding.
And
Seriously.
to go off that point,
I'm saying
Curtis,
you really are. I think that's amazing.
Well, thank you. It's like for me, my greatest currency is being able to provide joy and a community and friendship, and while coaching a sport is just like that. That's amazing.
Cake on the icing, baby.
It's
I've said that
the
wrong.
people who have said like man, after COVID, we lost touch with everybody. I lost all my friends, and now I come to Courtside and 40 people. I walk in. Hey,
That's fantastic.
Curtis, what's up?
It's
How
like
you doing?
cheers, Norm, right?
You want to know your name? That's it, man. And I promise you, you gotta.
Trip, man. This guy's awesome.
It's good. We have people who come there. Last week alone, there was a couple, husband and wife. They took a drill with me at 9:30. They took the drill with me after at 11. They stayed for the open play from 1 to 4,
Jeez.
and then they went home, showered, and came back for our tournament that night.
These people live there? Are they residents or they're coming?
They live 10 minutes away. Yeah, and we have multiple people who spend 4, 5, 6 hours there a day. And
That is so awesome.
it's a good community. It's a good, and pickleball is a lot of fun. I mean, it's helpful too. It wouldn't work if pickleball wasn't fun, right? I mean,
Well, you got a good dude like you leading the pack.
Thank you.
You can't lose. It's so hard being nice, you know that. But anyway,
After the mic's off, you're gonna tell me go fuck.
no. Well, I'll tell you what. So right now, this is something because you're so intense and so energetic. I love it. I forgot to ask you of all your endeavors in sport thus far. You may have already said it. What's your defining moment thus far in pickleball?
There was a group of every sport has their snobs, pickleball snobs. People who don't like to pay for pickleball. They want to go.
It's in many sports, part of my dues.
Yeah. So there was when I first took over the gig, there was a couple of people that were playing there. Just we were trying to get our name out, and they were kind of taking advantage of the court time a little bit. Their time would be an hour. They'd stay for 3 or 4 and just drill on their own, and just kind of like, hey, you guys, you're welcome to rent the court, whatever. And then, once we were like, hey, if you're going to stay for 3 hours after, you got to purchase a court, no big deal. It is a business at the end of the day. And they said, we'll never be back here again, blah, blah, blah. So I said that day to my boss, I said, they will be back.
They'll come back.
And they will pay. The last foursome event, guess who was there? They showed up. Baby. And here's the best part. They were texting each other in their group chat because I know a couple people were in that chat saying, oh, my God, this is so much fun. You got to get here. Before the end of the night, they had 20 of their friends show up in street clothes, hanging out, drinking beer, cheering them on, having a blast. And then the whole rest of the next day, I was getting messages from people all day long saying, your event last night was the talk of the chat. Everybody
so
loves it.
awesome,
They'll be
dude.
back. So that was my okay, I set a goal when I got here. I wanted to make this appealing to everybody. And here we are. That's it. Yep. That's fun, man. You can't put a price on fun.
Oh, God. I'm going to cry. I'll stop messing with you, bro.
I cried on the way here, man.
I'm so excited. You're like, oh, God, what am I getting myself into? It's going to be fun. What am I getting myself into?
This guy, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been watching some things. He seems a little weird. I don't know.
Right. So what's your what's your family, your college, where are you, all that stuff real quick?
So I graduated from the University of Connecticut, UConn Huskies, baby, big fan. Well, I played my first year at Assumption College, D2, up in Worcester, Mass. I was a pretty good football player, all state. I had a couple good D1 offers, and then on the 7th game of the year, I tore my ACL on the final play of the game. So that set me back a little bit. And then the best offer was remaining from D2, took it. Didn't really feel right. Didn't really feel. I just didn't fit into the D2. I don't know, whatever. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to transfer. I'm going to go to UConn. I'm going to join a frat. I'm going to be a college kid.
What fraternity were you?
I was in A Pi.
I was a Cap Sig.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, we had that. And, I did the club thing at UConn. I played club football. We actually did very well. We went to the Final Four of whatever thing we were in. Played softball, this and that. And then I got, my mom, dad, my father passed away 4 years ago. And then they got divorced when I was like 5. So they both remarried. So I have a stepmom and a stepdad. Try to keep up with this, right?
Oh,
my
boy,
father's name was Nick. Nick and my mother, Mary Ellen, had my older brother. His name is Nick. Okay. I'm Gene, named after my grandfather, Gene. My mother remarried a gentleman named Mark, the tennis pro. They had a son, and they named him Mark. My father remarried a lovely woman named Gina. They had a daughter, and they named her Gina, right? So I'm in one of those weird families where my brother can technically marry my sister, and it's not weird because there is no blood relation. Think about that. So I have older brother, stepbrother, or half brother one side, half sister on the other. 4 parents.
There's so many ways I can go with that story right there.
It's weird, man. That's a whole nother podcast. Yeah, it's weird. But they actually all relocated to Florida themselves,
Big
too.
family. That's great, man. That's like my family. My family's huge.
What do you tell me about your family? Let me hear it.
Oh, I've got an older brother, Derek. He's 4 years older than me, and then he's works for AT&T. He does smart stuff, and then I've got a sister who's does semi-retired. She does a lot of OT work, consulting, and my brother-in-law. They live out there in Sunnyvale with 2 of my nieces, and my older brother has 3 nieces, as 3 daughters and a son. So we got a big family. And then my other brother works for the government in SA. He works in Fort Meade.
Oh boy!
And I think the kids they live in Seguin. I think his point is they might be going up there to see him, and so we might be coming down. And we got a big family.
Nice.
Big family, massive family.
Get the whole family to Courtside Kitchen.
That's why
man.
it's so big. 'Cause I'm a triplet. So we were
Oh, really?
It wasn't supposed to be. Well, my parents only wanted 2, right? No, it's supposed to be me and my older brother Derek, and then Kayla and Colin screwed all that up. So we call them the spare pair, but whatever.
That's great. Yeah, big family's fun. You know?
It is. And there's a lot of emotion because I've got 2 sons. He's named after my wife's mother's maiden name, Garner.
Okay.
He's 14. We have another son, Evan, who's named after his grandfather, my wife's grandfather.
There
Kevin.
you go.
And
How
so-
unoriginal are our families, huh? We couldn't just think of new names. I mean, come on, just rename them. Yeah, rebrand.
Oh, thanks, man. But so let's do some fun stuff here. So what's your you've done that? Do you have a favorite shot in pickleball?
Oh, third shot drop all day.
Third
Backhand
shot drop.
side. Yeah, oh yeah. I'll hit 11 out of 10 of them bad boys right on the backhand side.
I was just talking about that in my previous show.
Yeah.
But that's good. I mean, but I did say this. I'm not really a fan of that third shot drop, but there's other things. I like the offensive lob at the no volley zone line.
Yes, Scott Moore taught me that.
Did
He came and did a clinic at Courtside about 6 weeks ago at this point,
was
and
there.
he emphasized.
I wasn't there. I'm just kidding. But
Yeah, next time I got you with that invite. He showed how effective an offensive lob can be when you get in that dink battle and everybody's kind of getting rocked to sleep, hypnotized. Send one up.
Yep.
It gets you right in that position. Man.
outside corner, baby.
That's it. It's perfect. I think honestly, if you were to look at a pickleball tool belt, right? If you got your Batman tool belt on, obviously the first tool is dinking.
Yes.
I think the second tool is being able to drop a drive, hitting a volley back into the kitchen, having those soft hands to volley in the kitchen. Number 3, knowing how to send up that lob and knowing when to send up that lob.
When's the key.
Yes.
Because the definition of a lob in pickleball is surprise.
Surprise. Offensive, not defensive.
Because you don't know when it's going to surprise you.
Yep.
And what happens, you're like, oh, God, I got to run.
I gotta go get it. Yeah. And most people, especially people who didn't play tennis, they have no idea how to defend it. They don't know the go get it and switch and this and that. Yeah.
We need to make sure we teach people that 'cause they fall over, don't they?
They run into each other. My favorite part on the lob, Curtis, is when you send one over somebody's head and they turn around and watch their opponent or partner get it, and the ball comes right back and hits right in the ball. I've seen that I never stop laughing when I see that.
Sorry, I just screamed. Oh man, that's funny. So that's good. So you like the third shot drop?
No, it's because it's a challenge. Every third shot drop is a challenging shot to get. You know, to be able to land that successfully without hitting it too high and setting your partner up.
Well, if you're like me, you don't have much time to play, but next year I'm going to play more. So we need to play some tournaments because if we could go to places and talk about our favorite place to play tournaments. That's my next question. Do you have a favorite place you played pickleball yet, or what's your favorite memory?
Courtside Kitchen, man. There's nothing better. Yeah, I mean, the Dripping Springs is second place. It was nice, but no, there's nothing better than Courtside.
Crazy Fort Worth. I love it. All right. So, what's your favorite band or song right now?
Song right now. Oof.
I've been cranking up some Gorillas, Cracker Island.
Yeah? You know what? I went to a concert a couple weeks ago. A buddy took me. I'm a big Avicii guy. I love Avicii, that kind of music. Rest in peace. Him and I share birthdays, September 8th. I went to, I think
you got to tell our listeners what that means. What Avicii music?
Avicii music is uppity, great megahertz. It's not EDM. The DJ.
Oh, okay.
DJ pool party Vegas.
Pool party in Vegas.
Hey brother, that guy. Yeah.
Okay, I get it now. I understand.
You got it. We went to a show. I think Griffin is the name of the artist, and he had a good song. It was it's called "Woke Up in Love," actually. But it's not a love song. It's a high energy song, and that's been on repeat a little bit lately. Probably because I saw him live and it stuck in my head. But no, that's in the car more than anything else right now.
You're insane. This guy's crazy. All right. So, what is your favorite movie? Are you binge watching something right now?
Dark Knight all day. Gladiator, Russell Crowe, Dark Knight. Heath Ledger, Chris. I mean, you can't. I probably, if you put on the Dark Knight right now, I'd be able to recite every single word. To that. I have a Joker tattoo on me. I'm a big Batman Joker guy.
I've been watching Schitt's Creek a lot.
Yep. Oh my gosh, you got to get my
But I'll
fiance
get back
in
into
here.
Seinfeld because you can't. I mean, you can watch Seinfeld. If you watch all those from binge, you'll be
Fine.
fucking
Yeah. Two and
like
a Half
that
Men,
forever.
kind of. That's my binge TV
love
show,
that
dude.
show.
Charlie is just.
2.5 Men.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's the binge show. My fiance, she binges Schitt's Creek. She's probably. I haven't seen the show through and through. I've only seen it from walking in because it's probably on 97% of the time if she's home alone. It doesn't do it for me, Curtis.
Does it? It's all right. It's okay.
I don't know what
I just
it
like.
is.
I just like the Levy son but I'm just weird. My wife always laugh at it because her name's Melanie. I call her Melira.
Is that part?
Like what she's called Moira. So
Okay,
anyway.
okay. See it? No, but I'm definitely an outcast when it comes to that because everybody I know is Schitt's Creek. They love it. They can't get enough of it. I don't know.
What's
Maybe
your
I am a
favorite?
weirdo.
What's your favorite sports team? College, professional? What do you got?
Do I have to say it?
It's
Jets, Jets.
They're doing good this year, man.
I know, but they're, of course, Hall gets hurt and whatever. I love Mike White. Big fan. I liked Mike White last year when he played. I wish they had given him a shot and spent that draft pick. But, it is what it is. But now I'm a big Jet fan, big Laker guy. Well, I was a big Laker guy. My favorite athlete ever, Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
He got me sucked in. Big Dirk Nowitzki fan. Love the Mavs.
Yeah, well,
Moving out here was nice. Actually, one of our first nights in Fort Worth was Dirk's retirement jersey thing. I looked at Nicole and I was like, "There's no way I'm not going to that." So of course we went to Dirk's thing. So he's a big. And then baseball, Yankees. Let's go Yankees. Been to probably 2 billion Yankee games.
We probably get the. You'll start getting tickets for those games. By the way, when the Rangers play.
Yeah,
with where you're at. Trust me.
Oh, nice.
You'll start getting your friends and vendors. And
yeah, there you go. I'd say, hey, if you guys are giving away any tickets,
but that new place is get this guy hooked up.
Let me up. Yeah.
All right. So, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite pet? I've got 2 dogs.
Quinn, I got a little pup. Yeah, she's a year and a half. She's a mini or kind of mini. She's an Australian Shepherd Golden Doodle mix.
Nice.
She's adorable.
We have a Labradoodle.
Oh yeah.
Chief. Yeah.
What's his name?
Chief.
Boy.
Yeah. And we have another Havanese small little lap dog. His name's Gus. I am a Chiefs fan from Kansas.
I was going to say, Chief. Okay. Patty Mahomes, man. We went part of the road trip. I wanted to see a different sporting event in every place, so we went to a Tennessee Titans game. Who the hell did they be? I don't know. I bet a bunch of money on it, and I remember they won on a field goal at the end of the game. That was great.
You win.
And then we went to the Chiefs game at Arrowhead against the Steelers when they beat them like 55-10 or something.
What'd you think of the environment?
Dude, oh my God. It was incredible. First of all, they sold out of beer at halftime. I'd never been a part of anything that sold out of beer at halftime. Second of all,
that's Arrowhead, baby.
The score was 40-7, and everybody stayed.
Oh yeah, they don't leave, man.
They don't leave
till the end, baby.
Till the final, and I'm invested too. I'm staying too. This is a blast. It's a field in the middle of the, but
the fans are real nice. If you run across bad ones, I'm shocked because I've been doing it for decades, and everybody's really nice.
Nice. I mean, Tennessee was nice too. Yeah. I like the way they had their stadium set up, but just something about like Kansas, it just felt like a hometown. Yep. Yeah, there was strictly. I know the Steelers typically travel well. No, there was nothing but
red, baby.
Yeah, no. They did not allow any outsiders in there. I bought my Mahomes jersey just so I fit in. I was looking around like I got to get something.
Let's go to
the gift shop.
Always. Did you buy it at Arrowhead?
What's that?
Did you get it at Arrowhead?
Bought it at Arrowhead. Yep. Of course. Come on.
All right. Okay. So, what's one thing nobody knows about you that's funny or unique or something like I said? I'm addicted to records and music. I know Adrian knows that, but that's my big addiction. Or something funny that you think people laugh about you.
Oh boy, there was a lot that people would laugh at me about. Man, something nobody knows about me. Actually, you know what? I spilled the beans in the very beginning. Everybody thinks I've been playing pickleball forever. My first time playing was when I took the job.
There we go, man. See, all right.
I was afraid to tell people
that question because that's awesome.
And I was afraid in the beginning of sharing that because I wasn't my game confidence wasn't there. And then as I started to play against people who have the rating of 4.8s and I'm winning, I'm like, I guess I'm pretty good. All right, I can tell people blah blah blah. And now it's a running joke. It's like somebody comes in and I'll, beat up on him a little bit and they'll be like, this guy just started playing this year. And the guy will be like, I've been playing 30 years. I still can't figure out how to do it. So, yeah, that's probably something that not many people know, except now everybody knows.
Well, listen, there's one episode I did with a guest that came on, Kevin Mark. And you give that a listen because it talks about that, lack of playing something and getting into it later in life.
Yep.
Well, anyway, this is a wrap up. So, what do you want the listeners or future pickleball pros or current pickleball pros? How do they get in touch with you to maybe check out your place or even patrons?
Yeah, I would highly recommend stopping by Courtside Kitchen, Fort Worth. Like I said, 5 minutes away from TCU campus. Go there, check it out. TCU's got a big buzz going on. There's purple everywhere, all over the place. And just for people who are, hesitant, I mean, if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably already in.
Do you have an email or something like that?
Yeah, gene.devito@gmail.com. That's my email. It's my brand email. Go ahead, hit it up. Any questions, more than happy to answer. But if you haven't given pickleball a try, what are you doing? Go try. Sign up for the intro right now.
I'm going to tell him at the end of the show what I say when people think about it. So this is a wrap up. You think you want to come back on?
Oh yeah, Be more than happy to.
All right.
Talk about whatever
we
you
will
want.
come in remote if one and do a tournament or a mixer or something like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What, I got to ask right back at you. You going to come play or what?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
See what you got.
All right. Well, I can be reached at curtis@reeseracketsports.com or 972-896-1533 if you'd like to send me a text or ask me questions or maybe possibly come on the show. That being said, if you're on the Vocal app, which you should download, we've got tons and tons of shows for certain moods you're in. Got good ones, bad ones. If you're in a bad mood, we got a good one. If you're in a good mood, we'll put you in a better mood, right? So that's how it works. But, like I was telling Gene, my boy here, whenever you see somebody and they hesitate about playing pickleball, you just grab them and say, come on, let's pickle.
The only people who think it's a fad are people who haven't played it yet.
You say, come on, let's pickle, bro.
Let's pickle, bro.
You guys say, come on, let's pickle.
Come on, let's pickle, bro.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? That's my mark. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
We'll see you again.
Yep.
Take care, everybody.
Can't wait.
See you.
Great. Well done.
Coming through.